Thank heavens for this drama not doing that. Like, it's just so enjoyable. Hi, you're watching Avenue X, where Junkie and Good Storytelling shares her thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. 流光之城, City of Streamer is a 40-episode drama that's being aired on the platform Tencent. It is directed by Jin Chen, who is the director of the drama 麻雀, Sparrow, a couple of years ago. It is led by Jing Tian, Xu Weizhou, Jing Chao, Hai Ling. The story is based on a novel with the same title, and the original novel is about 580,000 Chinese characters, which is about 1/5 longer than the original novel of Guardian Zheng Hun, to give you an idea for comparison. The drama is co-produced by 4 different credited production companies. One of them produced Word of Honor, the other one produced Under the Power, and the producer of Under the Power, 锦衣之下, is also one of the 2 scriptwriters of this drama. At this point, I've watched the first 12 episodes. I'll give it a high 1 gold mine, very close to 2. At this point, depending on later performances, it may go up, it may go down. As usual, I'll first let you know what the story is roughly about, and then good and bad. This is a Shanghai setting story back in Republic of China time, more specifically around mid-1920s. The narrative is centered around our main female lead character, Feng Shizhen, played by Jing Tian. She comes from a rather well-off business family. Her father owns a medicine shop. They were doing very well until one day a fire happened on their street and burned down everything. The family lost its fortune, the father got seriously injured and resolved to opium to suppress his pain, and that caused the family financial status to deteriorate further. So she has to take on the responsibility of finding a job, support the family, at the same time investigate what happened during that fire. While she was investigating, she came across a man who comes to her help and told her that her suspicion is correct. The person who is responsible for the fire is the person that she thought is, and he would help her to investigate, get into that family, figure out what really happened, and get her revenge. With the help of that rather mysterious man, she got into this family and became the governess of the ladies and young master of the house. And you know what's gonna happen, right? That's the introduction to the plot. Let's talk about what is great about this drama first. Positive point number 1. This drama's production quality is overall very pleasing. If you watch a lot of Chinese dramas, you may notice when it comes to set in Republic of China, often you have 2 types of archetypical look. One is super idle, super bright, super pretty colored, and not realistic at all style, such as 一见倾心. One of the most recent and got rented a lot about drama. Then you have, on the other hand, heavily textured, cinematic, and with a very strong style in mind dramas such as 隐秘而伟大. While City of Streamer, in terms of style, visually, is in middle. It's not so web drama, heavy filter, super prettied up version of 民国. It is also not the very textured, gritty version of 民国, with a very reasonable, not strongly styled color grading, camera language, prop, costume, hairstyle, refined but not so refined, pretty but not over pretty version. I particularly appreciate that they didn't use skin smoothing this time at all for all the roles, including the main leads. When you have extreme close-up of the eyes and just parts of the face, you see fine lines, you see powder foundation, you see the imperfection, and it just looks so much more textured and better than the super smooth, get rid of all shadows, get rid of all details look that you see in a lot of idolized 民国 setting drama. You see what the actors really look like on camera without much tweaking of post-production. They all look very good. Really, there's no point of skin smoothing people all the time in drama land. Thank heavens for this drama not doing that. The second good thing about this drama, and also something I worried a lot before it aired, the logic of the story makes perfect sense. And people are all reasonable people with what kind of characters they are, whether it is their gender, their age, their background. When they're put into a particular situation, they would talk and react in a certain way, as you expect reasonable and logical people would do. And there's no brainless sugar dumping, as you see in a lot of Republic of China setting dramas. And pretty much every action, every line spoken by every character makes perfect sense for their circumstances and their character setup, and their goal, what they want to achieve personally. So that makes this drama plot-wise very watchable, wouldn't offend your sense and sensibility. The third thing I like about this drama after watching a couple of episodes is it did a really good casting choices for most of the main characters. I admit, I got into this drama first and foremost just to see Jing Tian dressed in Mingguo style again after Si Teng got so popular, and this time it's really setting fully Republic of China, and she has qipao, she has the more Western styled costumes and hair of that time. Everybody is like looking forward to that. I don't think it's as successful and as pretty as Rattan did her style. Impressively beautiful, but it's good enough. So that's the reason I got into this drama. And when I saw her on camera with her costumes and hair, I'm like, ha, it's just so enjoyable. Then she plays this character who really suits her. I feel like Jing Tian has finally found the perfect type of roles for her to play, and she convinces you 100% as a clever, intelligent, pretty well-educated lady of the time. Xu Weizhou, I have to say, in this drama, he performs better than pretty much every other drama I've watched him being in. Although his acting, I would say, is the weakest among the main ensemble cast. And there's definitely a lot of space for improvement. But compared to his previous a lot of roles, I think he did this role much better. As a member of the female gender of Homo sapien, I would say this is his first screen role that, for me, that I managed to understand partly why people would say he's attractive. Previously, his roles, I never got it, but this time, I see where the appeal lies. Then this drama also features Zheng Chao, who's been doing bad guys recently in a couple of dramas. When I see him and Jing Tian's role together, somehow I feel like their chemistry is also rather strong. Definitely pulls off this mysterious guy who has a lot of agenda hidden and who is helping our female lead at the beginning of the drama to carry out her revenge, but also taking advantage of her doing the work for him. So far for the casting, I don't have a huge problem. I enjoy watching that, and I'll continue watching it. The fourth point on the positive end, and I didn't see coming, and I super appreciate, is this drama contains a lot of discussions about women's position in society back then, and weakening that self-worth and trying to find out their own purpose of existence, not as any auxiliary parts of a man, but as themselves. And you'll see this getting expressed through different characters, different attitude choices. I don't know if that is contained in the original novel or that is the work of the two female scriptwriters while they adapt the original story. I haven't read the original story, but I highly appreciate this type of female characters. You will not see airhead women in this drama who just want to please a man, and they think once I have the perfect romantic relationship, my life is perfect. You wouldn't come across that type of female roles. You will see strong, independent, and brave and intelligent women in this drama. Remember last year when you watch Imperial Coroner and you see a lot of the female characters' discussion about things, although that's set in an even older period time setting, it really is talking about a lot of much more contemporary value. Similar things happens in this drama. It definitely makes it more than just a revenge tale setting Republic of China time. So these are the positive points of this drama, making it rather worth watching. Now let's talk about what is not so ideal about this drama. First, dubbing. Pretty much everybody gets dubbed in this drama. If you have gotten used to what Jing Tian sounds like in Rattan, well, unfortunately, this time it's a different dubber. So you probably need a couple of episodes to adjust, hearing a different voice coming out of her face when she is dressed in similar style. Usually, if you completely dub a drama, it's actually cheaper than the live recording. Not sure if that's the reason why this drama choose that, just for budget's sake. Because of how clean it sounds and how almost no environmental quality comes with this type of dubbing, it takes the story out of the reality a little bit. The second thing, I will call it negative, but it probably wouldn't bother a lot of people, which is the drama is set in mid-1920s Shanghai, but the details of a lot of things, if you want to scrutinize, doesn't really fit the time. Costumes is particularly problematic, and styling. For example, for all the guys, the main lead guys who dresses in Western styled suits, the cutting is way too now, 21st century. It's just like nothing like what real 1920s looks like in China and globally. The very tight, very fitting suits did not exist back then. So when Xu Weizhou and his younger friends come out with that cutting suits, I'm like, it just instantly brings me out of the story. It's just not right for the period. Plus their hair, so 21st century. The girls look better, more reasonable for its period, but if you want to scrutinize, it's still not very accurate. But the guys, every time I look at Jing Tian, I can convince myself she's a Mingguo person. Then the shot cuts to Xu Weizhou and that kind of hair. I'm like, 21st century. He looks like he's doing an interview with a contemporary journalist yesterday. So that bothers me a lot, but I don't know if that bothers other people. If it doesn't, good for you. You wouldn't have to suffer that. The third thing is something that hasn't happened, but I can see a trend of it coming in, and I'm worried, which is inevitably because of the 40 episodes length based on an original novel that is not very big. It's gonna slow down. It's gonna have a lot of water in the later parts and too much emphasis on the drawn out romantic moments between female and male leads and other people. I see a trend of it happening starting from episode 9 and 10. It started to have a little bit too much time and too much emphasis on the long drawn out walking at night, slow-mo certain times, and BGM running, and the love song comes up, and it's the time for the male lead and female lead to move to the next stage of their romantic relationship type of thing. It starts to happen a little bit too much. Think about Reset that is about to end now. As I'm making it, not yet, but when you see the video, it has. What I mean is that drama just gives almost no attention to develop the sugar. The sugar comes with reasonable plot logic of the important things happening, and it just attaches the romantic thing along with that. But right now in China, so many people are digging sugar like crazy out of the Bai Jingting and Zhao Jinmai couple, although the drama is not focused on their romantic story. And that's like the clever way of doing romantic story. It is not the focus of the story, but because the story is so well told, therefore people voluntarily go and search for sugar. It really works better and more strongly on the psychological level of the audiences than you feed sugar directly to them. So I hope later in this drama, this wouldn't become too much of a problem. These are all the points I want to say about the drama City of Streamer 流光之城 based on its first 12 episodes. Thank you for watching Avenue X. Hope that's useful. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.